right.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, and we're live out in the interwebs.
Okay, super
Uh,
cool.
yep,
And you're recording, right? So
yep,
that we can re-show it later.
yep. So this is
Because, so yeah, go ahead, Paul.
yep,
Sorry.
yep. So we're streaming out to YouTube, so we can definitely play back later and go from there. So yeah, so welcome to a. It's early morning for me. I'm still drinking my coffee, and you're already way ahead of me in many different ways. And I appreciate you coming on here. I know this is a little bit different. Excuse me, live stream than we normally have got, but I couldn't pass up an offer to have a real live look at the Rum Paris Festival and see what it's like. And look, we didn't
Yeah,
have to spend any money, and we're there.
exactly. A quick trip to Paris.
That's right.
Wonders of technology. So right now here with Michael Landart from Mac
Uh,
Spice Rum, and also from the Maria Loca Bar, and Cyril, who is the organizer of this beautiful event, the
Excellent.
best rum fest in the world by far, and the biggest. So it's really nice always. Yeah. So we also have a coffee stand here.
I'm. Who am I? I'm.
Paul loves rum,
Yeah, that's right. I'm.
and he's got a dog.
Yep.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I'm like Knud said, I'm the host of the Drums and Rums podcast, Drums and Rums podcast there. So we love talking to rum enthusiasts. Also a little bit of music too. Yep, that's right. Yep, yep, like that. Yep. So see right there.
Yeah. So can you see here? You got the jungle music going on over there
Yeah, let's.
at the Don. So you definitely got your drums over there. Yeah, let's keep on walking. Well, yeah,
Let's go for it. Nice meeting you guys.
yeah. Nice meeting you.
Cheers.
Yeah. So over here, you were talking about your coffee, Paul.
Yep, right
So
there.
this is the man himself. Um, yeah. So hey, so whoa, that's pretty awesome. So here you got people representing the Paris, well, the French Bartenders Association, and you have Near, a former cocktail specialist who's now specialized in coffee and is an awesome barista. I mean, you earn your coffee since it's early morning
Yep.
in the U.S. Well, I'm on the rum. Hey, for me, it's almost well, it's 5:80. So hey, yeah, just bye. See you later. And then we'll go over to see here. There's the Don Papa tent. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but there's smoke coming out of the tent.
Uh oh.
So, yeah, called Neon by Nature.
Okay.
Their their new concept. You can see the brands that got the money after they just got sold.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So, and of course, when you drink a lot of rum, you need your food trucks. So you got your soul food,
Perfect.
your Caribbean food. Um, Now it's quieting down. They probably already sold out everything they had. Um, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. So this is like quiet down. It's been a chilly day today. We could have needed a little bit of sun, um, but we got rum to warm ourselves.
That's right.
And yeah, so people out having a little quick smoke. That's
Hey.
and he actually also organizes a rum event in Nantes. So yeah,
Tell,
on
te-
live Nantes.
there you go. Tell him he's famous. He's on the internet.
Yeah, yeah, no, je suis live aux US. Right? And actually, it's a really small rum event. Only 200 people get there, but it's sold out within minutes of when they sell the tickets. And real rum enthusiasts. I mean, everybody actually knows about rum.
Hmm.
They go there, and awesome, really nice people. So right now, you're probably not gonna be able to listen to me that much because I'm gonna walk into the main area,
Okay.
but just to give you a quick view. And oh yeah, before we get away from it, I I do my own rum blends called Strand 101 and Strand 151 for Mhoba Rum in South Africa, and we're also gonna walk past them. But yeah, you're gonna see a little bit of molasses, agricole, everything on the stand. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough. We'll
Okay.
probably take 10 minutes, and then catch you on the other side if because I'm not gonna be able to hear you in there.
Okay.
Okay,
So no,
good ball.
yeah. So maybe if it's really loud inside, maybe just go ahead and mute the microphone so it doesn't
Yeah,
blow out the audio. All right.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Here we go. All right. So no, just he just muted his microphone here. He's walking through the exhibit floor of the Rum Paris Festival here, and we're getting a look of the event. If you couldn't attend, as he said, there's only 200 of I guess tickets available, or two real true enthusiasts, and he's walking through the exhibit floor like if you've been to any other rum festival before, like we were a couple months ago down in the Miami Rum Festival. Here he is. He's at his booth here. This is there he's with a couple of the guys there. Obviously, he knows a lot of people, right? So there's some of the different spirits there. I didn't get a chance to catch that one. We may have to watch the video later. Oh, excuse me. There's St. James. All right, so yep, they've got a nice little setup there. Really nice booths set up in their exhibit area. For the look at the line for that. Look at the line for people wanting to get a sample of St. James. So this is amazing. I mean, the amount of the turnout for people. It's great that COVID's kind of past us. Here's some rum JM. Great. Look at another huge crowd around the booth there. Um, Going through, and then he's got Clement also. I mean, just a great turnout. I mean, obviously, if here in the U.S., sometimes we kind of get. I think I'm generalizing here, is a little uh, not aware of the rest of the world, right? We're in this big country here over here in the U.S. And there's a Kraken booth here. So look at that big in the in Europe as well. Very elaborate. Look at that booth there. That's elaborate. That's awesome. Um, but we sometimes don't realize this is global, and look at the turnout. You wouldn't think French, in Paris, in France, how big a rum event like this is. Excuse me. Ooh, sorry. Again, let me see who this one is. And then we got this is Bayou there. So I think those guys are in the U.S. base, right? So it's great that they've turned out there. Um, I'm just amazed by this here. Okay, so this is a company, Bokman, Botanical Rum. All right, so it must be an agricole. Again, I don't know all of them, so this is kind of cool. Um, Turn out the for the group here and seeing all the different ones. Who do we got here? Is Lasco. So see again. He knows everybody. So again, he's giving us our live stream tour here. Um, Tuning in here. So if you're hanging out here, if you got any questions, throw it in the chat there. I appreciate everybody joining. I know we jump started our start time up about 45 minutes. Apologize for the last minute change in time. Again, I think we were a little off. These time zone changes. He's 6 hours ahead. I'm in right now 11:30 Eastern time in the East Coast of the U.S. He's already 6 o'clock at night here, 5 o'clock. Again, the time zone changes always throw me off here. So, I mean, look at this is this is awesome. I mean, I'm actually very jealous that I'm not there. I mean, this is an amazing event. I mean, look at the turnout here. Famille, so Ricci there. Um, Man, there's a lot of rum being drank at this event right now. So, kudos to this. So, check out this here. Let's see who these guys. So again, we just asked Nud to turn mute his microphone because it was probably really loud inside the exhibit hall here. So we're trying to do a I think that's yeah, there he goes. There's Zhang there. All right. So those guys. Man, look at that. You get to travel. Wouldn't you want to be a rum what's the word? A rum not influencer, a rum brand ambassador to travel to all these great places. I'm sure you're always living out of a suitcase, but you meet a lot of cool people. You're drinking rum. You're hanging out. I mean, look at it. Let's see who we got here. It was hard to tell. I couldn't read the sign there, but I mean, the turnout is just. I mean, I don't know if there's. I think there's more than 200 people here. I think so. I'm gonna have to ask him once we walk through the uh, the booth here. So again, couple brands that I'm not familiar with. Hopefully, here you're seeing it for firsthand. Firsthand there. I'm not sure if he can. They're probably not seeing me wave, so I'm going to just stop waving. It's kind of pointless there. So here tuning in there again. I've waved. I know he's rear facing camera here, but who else we got here? I missed that. Ice Struder. Again, can't pronounce it. Man, a lot of rum. I'm really jealous that a lot of rum that's not familiar with. Maybe some of you are. If you are familiar with some of these in the brand here, um, um, so where is Nia and Steve the barman? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Um, so I know. Well, this isn't. So I don't know. Sean, I don't know if this is in Paris. You mean there's Strand 101, right? There's it's Mhoba Rum there. So that's it. Obviously his creation there. So he's involved. He'll talk a little bit more about that too. Taka Maka. So it said he's getting checking out some of these rums here. So I'm let's see here. Let's see if we can try to multitask here. So all right. So again, here we're 11:30 in the morning on the East Coast time, Sunday morning. Thank you for joining us for this live stream here, and this is a little bit special here for us. I really appreciate Knud to set this up. Have an interest in doing something like this is really cool. I'm not quite sure if there's anyone else has done this before. Live stream an event from the event to check out remotely here. Yeah, here's I think let's see Troy's. Yep. Okay. So choice. I can never pronounce some of these words. I'm not very good. Um, so yeah, I'm familiar with them. I've seen them before. Is that Ian? No. So I know it's people wearing those white hats. So they all look like Ian Burrell. So from a distance. So all right. So here we go. Who do we got here? Rum Deluxe. Okay. So again, that's another brand there. So this is the jelly part, right? Here we're in the U.S. and then they're also in Europe. That is very hard to. All right, so yeah, I should have warned for viewers there. You might see a little bit of profanity with the sign language, but yeah. So what we got here, all these special ones here. This is great. So this is really cool. That again, if you're up early this morning on a Sunday, are you drinking anything yet? Are you having anything to drink yet? I'm right now just having a little bit of coffee. It's a little early on the East Coast here, so we're going to go through a little bit of this and have a good time there. Too funny, yeah. So um, I'm getting pinged on Messenger here. Probably people are like, "Hey, you started early, right?" Let's see here. And like I said, all right. So hold on here. So all right here. So Ferran. Yeah, again, if you're watching this now here with me, again, this is the first time. I've never been to the event. Again, I really appreciate Nid for partnering. Again, we've chatted a little bit. I met him at the Miami Rum Congress back in February. We did a little chat interview there for an upcoming news um, newsletter. Working with Greg Hill on, and he answered some of the questions that we had. We wanted to interview a few folks. And there's Ron. Yep. So there's another brand new. The booths, I tell you, they're pretty. I know it's everyone's there for the rum, but again, if you're going to and spending a few bucks on an event like this, you don't want something. You want to have it a little bit like it's put together really nice, right? You don't want to have just a bunch of folding tables and a bunch of rum on the table. I guess some may be okay with that. Again, you want to kind of have a good experience. You want to meet people. You want to see people. I mean, look how deep deep some of these lines are around the booths here. So, who is this? Habitation. We're getting right in there. Look at, he's getting right in there. You know, he don't care. He don't care. So there's some of that. I missed that. So again, we're moving through this really quick. I get, and you're getting a quick run through of the Paris Rum Festival. I guess I should pronounce it that way. The Room. Okay, there's some new stuff here. All right, and again, this is cool. I mean, this is massive. I'm gonna have, we've got some. So again, once he exits out of the exhibit floor, hit us up with the questions here. If you got any questions you're going through, hit him up now. Drop in the chat there, because I know, he knows everybody in especially in Europe, and especially in this area, and in this festival, or a lot of the different brands. He knows, he's got a lot of inside stuff too, knowledgeable of some of the things. So if you got any questions here, drop in the chat there. Because I know he's probably he'll probably be able to answer all of it. So again, different brands there too. So again, I'm waving. I'm not sure if they see me or not. Like I said, I don't know. It's just a reaction when somebody waves to you. So hopefully as a join in here. So again, I appreciate everybody tuning in here on this morning, checking out the live stream here, and hanging out here. Some of these, I missed it. I was off looking at the other screen. Manu Tahitian rum. Okay, all right. So some different things here. Just give me a quick sound check here. Just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Sean, you can give me a shout here. Just let me know how's the sound. Let me know. Just drop in the chat there if the sound is okay here. So again, I'm just trying to narrate the best I can through the event here, and so oh, okay, so we're gonna get a little sample. Oh, here he goes, going in for some. He's trying oh oh she's opening. Oh, look at that, open up a whole nother bottle. Sounds good. All right, thanks, Sean. Thanks for the sound check there. So all right, so we'll have to ask him about what he's got, what he's trying there. I didn't see the bottle there. So again, oh, there we go. Bread brew dog. Okay, brew dog. I'm not again. That sounds familiar. I may have seen it pop up somewhere along the line. But and look at this. I mean, this is great. I mean, I've never been to France, and it's just really looks like a really well put event together. I'm sure the weather is nice. It looks a little cool. As you said, it wasn't sunny out, but it's probably overcast and a little cooler in Paris. And that's a good question, Sean. I was wondering if he's going to sample. I'm sure he's been sampling for a while already, so I'm sure he's hopefully pacing himself a little bit there. Yeah, but I mean, it's cool that, I mean, he makes his own stuff. He's part of Mhoba, Strand 101, and trying different things, and yeah, I mean, that's the whole part of it, that the other distillers or makers or blenders, they go there, they want to try other people's stuff too, to see does their stuff meet up with against others, and or kind of interest or creativity or ideas from others as well. So it's Saint missed that one there. So
So that was a little walk around the Paris Rum Fest. So as you can see, there's about 150 different brands present.
wow,
So that means more than 1,000 rums, probably 1,500 types of rums to taste.
holy cow, that's
Yeah, it's serious stuff.
I.
And yeah.
So somebody had a question here in the chat. They were wondering, says, I was wondering if he was going to sample any. We saw on that last stop.
Well, I had to. Even though that wasn't any of my favorite, that was an infused rum, but pineapple mango can be nice.
Okay.
There are some types of rums here at the fair that you will mostly see in Europe, like some of the infused stuff with lots of fresh fruits inside the rum. That actually doesn't fit into any category in the US or in the rest of Europe.
Hmm.
It's a French thing, but it can be very nice, depending on the rums that they've used, of course, as a base. Um, I prefer to leave it up to great bartenders to make the great cocktails with the stuff, but hey, um, there's a little bit of everything here for anybody.
All right.
And as you can see here, we have a little tent where they've been making barrels for the, well, since yesterday. So this is a 3 day event. None of that only 1 day to have fun stuff. Um, that's pretty cool about it. So you got Saturday and Sunday, which is a public event, which anybody can join for. I think it's 59 euros, and you can basically taste everything you want. There's no paying fees, as in some fairs or others. There's also a rum store at the end where you can buy not all of them, actually, just a small part of the brands present, but still good. And as you saw, Rum Barbancourt from Haiti is back on the scene again after being away for a couple of years. So they're now back. I actually saw Delphine Gardère, the owner and CEO of Barbancourt here, which is pretty cool. Um, and yeah, you got Latino rums. Oh, I didn't take you to the whole section of Botran and Angostura, and I mean it's crazy here. It's
Yeah. So we have a couple questions here. If let me hit you up real quick. The question was, what was the most surprising sample so far you've tried?
the most surprising samples. Well, some of them were from Savannah, from Réunion Island. They always do incredible stuff, but they've been experimenting over the last many years, and now I think they really come into their own. I mean, maybe it's just my palate that is adapted. I don't know, but their stuff is so good. Ferroni, as you might have seen, one of the brands in there, that's an independent bottler from Marseille that also does a lot of barrel aging and blends and all that stuff. And that's also, I mean, they do some insane stuff. I tried some of my Mhoba rum, the Bushfire, blended with some Jamaican and some French agricole, and then finished in an octomore cask.
Hmm. Wow.
And that's way too peaty, way too smoky, but it was actually just brilliant. Yeah, a lot of really cool independent bottlers here. All the big brands have brought out, good stuff. I mean, at Barbancourt, I just go for the 15. I don't think that much.
Hmm.
It's just great rum. Um, yeah, so the only thing that's quite kind of funny is you don't see any of the really major players here in France. You don't see Bacardi, you don't see Havana Club, you don't see any of those because basically this is a rum fest.
Okay.
So those major main brands aren't don't really feel that welcome here because people know their rums already and they're not bringing anything new to the table. So you know
Okay.
that's why you can see a brand like Don Papa, which is very popular here in France. Never
Yeah.
believe what the guy is saying.
Uh oh.
Good wrong.
Are you getting hassled?
So you can see the tent with Don Papa experience. I mean, some of the more public brands, they do whole experiences to bring something new to the consumer,
Okay.
which is cool. Barbancourt, which is known for making good rum, they have their rum stand at one end, but then they have this rum Barbancourt tent
Hmm.
with their own cocktail bar. Very
Oh,
nice thing
look
going
at
on
that.
here.
Nice. Nice. So
And I wanted to film it early on, but the music was so loud
yeah.
they couldn't.
So we did have a
And
question. We did have another question. It was did we miss the plantation stand? Was plantation there?
oh yeah, yeah they are, but they got a huge stand at the end.
Okay.
There's just so many people close to it that it's hard to get close to. Yeah, and Alexandre was doing a masterclass just a little bit earlier, a couple of hours ago.
Okay.
And no, yeah, everybody. I mean, all the major players in the independent bottling scene, all the small distilleries, as you saw, Tamak. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, from Seychelles, they were there. You got a Nesson, you got all the small, really high quality, high end distilleries here, and you got a lot of people, trying out their luck and seeing if their product will hit home with the consumer because out of these, I think in total there's about 5 to 6,000 people that comes here through here on 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it was 2,000 on first day, 2,000 today, and it's sold out, to the hilt. Monday is free for all the professionals that have an official company number, bartenders, and all of that can come in for free. And that will be another 2,000 people tomorrow. Um, yeah, it's kind of insane, but it's really cool. Um, and out of those people, there's a lot of bloggers, there's a lot of rum group members, there's a lot of how to say this, opinion leaders, a lot of press, a lot of
Okay.
journalists, specialized press. So basically, this is where, if you've drawn attention to yourself as a brand, I mean, one of my colleagues working for Mhoba, she was just being interviewed to local French television and stuff like that,
Oh, cool.
because you know, South African rum, blah blah blah. You know, we get a little bit of attention. Yeah, and then you got a lot of commercial brands like Praya. That's a huge brand in Thailand, but they're trying to get into the European market, so they're
Hmm.
here. You get a lot of, I mean, you saw Chairman's Reserve, you saw Mezan, a lot of brands that can be quite big in some parts of the US. And here they're just small and up and coming brands because they're not that famous. They're not doing big volumes. Um, yeah, no, it's just such a cool vibe. I mean, I'll take you down to the exit where the rum store is just to show you a little bit and it's quieted down because it's been going on since 12 noon and it's now almost 6 o'clock. Um,
Okay.
and
So, hey,
and you can
Knud,
see here.
so Russ, your buddy Russ says hi.
Hi, Ross. Nice to see you. I hear you from you anyway. Let's see here. That's the store.
He's all right. Okay.
And basically, it's been like that since 12 noon. So they go through pallets and pallets and pallets of rum
Oh, wow.
once um, once people leave the fair. Yeah, I mean, this is the way. I'm sorry to say, but this is the way a rum fest should be like. Um, I mean, the Rum Fest in Miami is great, and we always love to go there. But one day, come on, man. I mean, it's too high pressure, and you can't get a proper discussion going with the
Mm.
people. I mean, I was at the MOBA stand for a couple of hours today, talking to people and really explaining them the brand and all of that, creating followers and people who will be fans of the product in the future.
Right.
Um, you can't do that on 5 hours one off.
Well, just looking, just walking through, and I was trying to do my best narrating of as I could, right? As walking through and trying to catch some of the brands that you were stopping by and passing by, and
Yeah,
and I was just amazed at how deep some of the lines were for samplings and
yeah.
all the and was definitely a very some of the even the booths that are set up very elaborate. The Kraken booth was like, wow, they threw a lot of money. And again, you're going there, you experience, like I said, I'm sure that people would be the enthusiasts would be okay with drinking and sampling rums if they were set up on a fold up table. But you go in there and you're experiencing all this, right?
Yeah, but it's like Kraken is quite a big brand here in France,
Okay.
and so they have volume, they have money, they have a very big distributor that owns them here in France, La Martiniquaise, I think it is, and so that kind of stand is more here to reassure the already existing customer and maybe give them a chance to try out some innovative cocktail with the Kraken Spice Rum.
Okay.
Uh, but again, if you're only drinking high proof rums all day, it also becomes tiresome. There's got to be a little bit for everyone.
Yeah, true.
Uh, so I try to stay away from anything spiced or mixed until the end of the day so that it doesn't mess up my taste buds. But yeah, I tasted a lot of great stuff. New little distillers trying to do rum in Carcassonne in the south of France. I mean, it's insane. You saw Rum Deluxe. That's an independent bottler from Denmark that does crazy awesome stuff, but you know, way out of the price range for the average Miami rum Congress grower. Their cheapest bottle starts at $150, and then they just go up and up and up
Wow.
thousands. So, but there's a little bit for everybody here. I'll try to cut off the sound again. We have 15 minutes left.
Okay.
I'll take you down to. It's almost like a separate fair. It's a French distributor called Dugas,
Okay.
and they have a lot of brands, so they have their own space set up. I'll walk you through so you can see all of that. I'll do it quick because it's 5:45. They will close down at 6. Start getting people out. But let's have a quick look in there and say hi to some of my friends from Angostura and from Centenario and from Botran and the Latino brands that we do see a lot of in in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll take you in there. I'll cut off the sound again just like we did before and
Okay.
have a look.
All right. Here we go. All right. So again, if you've got any questions, hit us up in the chat there, and I'll go ahead and pass it along to Knud here as he gives us another tour of another section of the area at the RHUM Paris. It looks like that might have been Pussers, I think, as he passed by. Again, I'm just trying to catch who I can see. Oh. All right. Look at that. All right. Not. Oh. Of course. Stop. The pretty blonde with the rum. Who can say no to that, right? Yeah. So. All right. Okay, that's. I think he was talking about Kami. I think that was the one he was just talking about there. All right. And again, I don't think there's anybody who's out there who's done this on any of the YouTubers or live streaming with rum here, where the demons share. Okay, that's different. I mean, let's look at this. It just the size of it. The people, and there's a ton of people here, right here that are at this event. But yeah, I don't think there's very many. I don't think we've. If has anybody ever seen? Tell me if you've ever seen something like this before. It's kind of cool, an opportunity to live stream the event and then walk through and see what you got going on there at this. I'm sure it's to come from the U.S. to travel to this event. I mean, unless you've really into rum, and I'm sure, and we know it's not. The expense to travel is not cheap. There's some stuff there. Again, a lot of brands here we're not very familiar with here. Matuga rum. Oh, I'm probably pronouncing and butchering it here. So what do we got? So there's Botran right there's Ron Centenario, right? So he's just talking about some of the Latin brands here, and some of them they were also at the Miami Rum Congress as well. There's Angostura. They were there at the Miami Rum Congress as well. So he says a lot of the Latin brands here because I guess there's more of a market obviously here in Florida for the Latin brands, obviously since we're just neighbors practically. And trying to see who that one was. Some of it's kind of a little hard to see here. I know he's blitzing through it real quick here. So I mean, look at that. Look at that setup there for that exhibit. Oh, okay. So Matuga is Scottish. Okay, that's would have I've Windy Burn there. Thanks. I've got to look that one up. I am have a little bit of Scottish background as well. So I think I probably not going to bore everybody, but I've brought it up a few times that both my parents are from Scotland. So I will have to check that out there. Thanks for letting me know, Wendy. We should probably title this video is "Rum Paris Festival in 5 minutes."
So back again.
All right.
And seriously, today is a very quiet day.
Oh, really?
Yesterday, insane.
How?
It
So,
opened up at noon. At 11 o'clock in the morning, there was about a mile-long waiting line outside, and it was like 4 people deep. So basically, most of the 2,000 people arrived. First time opening hours at noon, and yeah. No, it's thank God I got a couple of people helping me out on the Mhoba stand because I mean normally at this time of the weekend I'm already out of a voice. Uh, but since I was going to talk to you today and tomorrow is when all the professionals, the liquor store owners come and all of that. So you want to keep a little bit of voice
Yep,
left over to talk to the
that's
guys
fair.
who actually buying your stuff.
So how many bottles would you say the booth would go through in a day, like today?
Yeah, well, what we do is to try to make it last, and also because we have quite high ABV rums, and we have 8 different references. Everything from the Mhoba Bushfire, as I said before, to the white unaged rubs, the select whites, going through the Strand 101 and Strand 151 blends, French cast, glass cast, and so on. So now we put a little doses on it, so we can just give a drop to everybody,
Okay,
and that's brought us down from like 2 to 3 bottles a day down to 1 bottle a day per ref,
okay,
maybe 1.5. But yeah, so we can keep it down on that. People are not here, really not here. Well, at this time of day, as you can see, some were here to get drunk, but generally people are here to taste. And if there's something that they really enjoy, they will ask for more.
hmm,
Or actually, I always offer more if you can see that people are really enjoying it.
right,
Um, but again, it comes to a certain point where it's not necessary. And also, we have spittoons here, so people can spit out, of course.
hmm,
But it's better just to serve them as little as possible and in as clean a glass as possible. So there's water on all the stands, um, and yeah, it's also good to drink some water in between all the rums.
yep.
So
Yeah, for sure. No, and I think that's an important part there. Is I know with the events that are here in Florida where it's combined into one day, where you bring in some of the ones that whether it's the more enthusiasts who get in a little earlier before the general public. And look, I get that everyone's got to make money and they're trying to get the most out of tickets, and I think sometimes when the tickets go available on sale on Groupon, things like that, to kind of bring the crowd in, it does bring an element
yeah,
of people that are ready to go get really messed up, as opposed to enjoy
yeah,
it, right? So
yeah,
I
yeah,
get, I get. There's a business and money making aspect of it, but how do you balance it well enough? I don't know, you know. But maybe like
well,
this, where you have a day,
the,
it's more for the general public, right?
the I mean, here what happens is today and yesterday was general public, right?
Mm,
But these tickets were put on sale in December,
okay.
and they were sold out. I think the most expensive ones were sold out about 2 months ago. The others were already sold out in December.
Oh wow.
So basically, people that spend those 59 euros a ticket a day several months ahead, well, apart from some bigger groups that come here because they're like 20 guys and there might be 4 or 5 of them that just like the occasional glass of rum and goes like, oh, let's go get shit faced and have fun. But the other 15 are actually here to know more, see more brands, know what's coming out, seeing the new entries. And I think that keeps it at a very good balance. I mean, um, you rarely see people who are really drunk at the end of the day. Out of 2,000 people, you might see 1 or 2 people who needs a little bit of help coming home. And there's no restriction, there's no limitation on how much you can drink. Uh, but people actually,
Uh,
so
tell
yeah,
him tell him. Hey, wait. No, tell him. I know I'm missing out because I'm in the U.S.
Miami. Yeah. The weather is better there, but here we got rum.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I actually think there's a very good balance between it, and the fact that we now have. I mean, in the beginning there was only 2 food trucks. Now, as you can see, there's like 4 or 5, and we got a special exhibitors food truck as well, so we don't have to stand in line for 2 hours to get a sandwich.
Yeah, that's
I
important.
mean, some of my friends having a little beer. I think I'm gonna get one very soon because at the end of the day, the last thing you want to drink is more rum. You just want a nice cold beer. But yeah, it's for me, it's the most complete event there is. I mean, Javier Herrera did a splendid fair both in Madrid and a huge one in Miami a couple of years ago. That was awesome. And of course, our beloved Miami Rum Fest at the Hilton
Mm.
is just it's great, and it's got a lot of right elements. But for a small brand, the expenses of going to Miami,
Hmm.
setting up just for one day is
Yeah.
yeah. And the fact that, especially here, some of the really small brands, they make their money back on selling bottles through the bottle store that's here. I
Right.
know it's a problem with the three-tier system in the US, but something should be done so that you can actually, sell if you're small, not very well distributed brand, so you can sell it to
Right. The
the
general. Yeah.
consumers.
Right. Yeah. Because
The
you
general
when
public.
you right, and then that's the place where you want to get your customer is if they try it right there, and it's almost a if you go to these rum fests to kind of get the get people to try your stuff and they want to walk away with them want to buy something and they can't, it kind of is a lost sale that you may never get in return
Yeah,
because
and
right.
that's the thing. I mean, um, I'm trying to help out some of the smaller brands that are getting known. And I'm saying if you're getting out goodies, have people take Instagram pictures with the goodies on them before you give them anything.
Yep.
Um, oh, you like the rum? Well, take a picture. Here, I'll be in it. No worries. But just at least bring back some tangible memory of what you've been drinking. Because, of course, with the possibility of drinking more than 1,000 different rums,
Yep.
at the end of the day, it might be a bit hard. But again, the most of the rum group guys, the guys who have rum groups, bloggers, and so on, they actually come here all 3 days
It,
because if not, they can't go through it all.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they get their free pass for Monday, but then they'll pay out of their own pockets to get here on Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, I don't. For me, this is just the greatest event of the year in the rum world. Um, of course, also here in Paris in September, October, I can't remember which date, we have Whiskey Live, which is a whiskey fair, but also with a lot of high quality rums present. And that's cool. And again, the fairs here are getting more and more expensive because, well, you can't let more people in, so you raise the prices.
Right.
And again, as I said, when you're looking at ticket price of 59 euros, which would be what, about the same in dollars
Yeah.
nowadays.
About that. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so it's pricey, but to try, I mean, you won't walk away from this fair without trying at least 30 to 50 rums. I mean, as a general public person. And as you can see, even though some of the lines are pretty deep to get to the fest, people are standing and waiting their turn because you saw that a lot of the brand managers, the sales reps, and so on, are taking their time to explain to everybody, and people are patiently waiting in line to until it's their turn to try, and so that they can get the explanation as well.
Right.
It's there is how to say this, the level of interest of real, deep felt, heartfelt, a good, clean interest in the rum world is quite big here.
And you
You
and
know,
you know, and I mentioned that to the I guess it was the owner of Parse at the Miami Rum Congress. I said, look,
yeah.
I said it's great because the enthusiasts can come and talk to the owner or the person behind the brand. The booth babes are great. Look, don't get me wrong, right? We all, you know,
Hey, that we could use a few of those here in France, but we did have some nice looking young women to serve rums. And the really cool thing is, since we are in a country that is kind of known for its wine and spirits and so on, we have a lot of really qualified people here who are not just good looking girls, but they're actually well educated in the spirits world, and um, most of them do whatever they can to actually be able to be here and work here because they're fans.
hmm,
And we make sure that we rotate the staff so that they can go around and taste on the other booths and have a good time. I
yeah,
mean, uh, not in a silly way, but in a deeply passionate, interested, rum nerdy
right, yeah.
way. And
And that's
it's
that's something I mentioned during the walkthrough there, and was, like yourself or others that are there that make the products. They get a chance to walk around, try other people's stuff, and again, nobody's quote them. Yeah, okay, everyone's selling rum, everyone's making rum. If you want to call everyone a competitor, sure, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, everyone
Well,
wants to.
no, that's the whole thing. I mean,
Right.
if you take, I'm not getting my numbers right now, but
Hmm.
let's just say the 10 major brands in the world, they do 75% of the rum sales of the world. They're the competition.
Right.
The other 9,990 brands out there, they're all colleagues. They all try to get a piece of the action, a piece
Right.
of the cake. And as we were talking about, Paul, remember when in Miami, people tell you when you go to Miami with an agricole rum or with a pure sugarcane juice pot still rum from South Africa that there's no market for it. It is really interesting, but it's a bit weird, and that's not for the general public. But we don't care about the general public at all. We
Right.
care about people who have rum as a passion. And if that's 0.001% of 300 million people, I'm happy with that, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's you're not going to invest a couple of billion to become Bacardi tomorrow. So let's see what the small guys can do with small means and come up with some really interesting stuff. And the reason why I mentioned Savannah before is Savannah and Mhoba, they're like the two most experimental, interesting things out there. Small distilleries, small capacities. We never have enough rum to sell, even though we're trying to up production every year. Um, but that means that slightly bigger distilleries are taking larger chances on the rums they're making because they can see there's an interest in the public to what we're doing.
Right.
And if those guys are taking a slightly more interest in it, then the bigger guys are looking at the medium-sized guys going like, oh, are all the guys now doing 43 ABV? Are all the guys now doing 44 and a half? Oh, let's stop doing that 37.5 shit and let's go into actually making stuff that is not just water and additives.
Right.
So the small guys have a very important part to play, and we're the benchmarks now. I mean, for example, when Barbancourt stopped really being really distributed here in France a couple of years ago, um, it was because there was a total misunderstanding of what the market was looking for. And selling a 15-year-old Barbancourt at I don't know how much it was back then, $55 or whatever, was like, oh, that's expensive. No, it's not. Now it's selling for 85, and people are still buying it and thinking it's great. So then there's an economy in it, and then they can be present in the fairs, and
Hmm.
then they can try to develop the cocktail market with their cheaper rums and all of that. But it's all driven by the premium sector and by the fans and by the rum nerds and the rum groups and the rum geeks and whatever you want to call us.
Right.
But that's we're taking it the right way. I mean, look right now. This is crazy. This is so much fun. You got to see this. It's so the security people and the event organizers have said to people, it's been last call. It's 6:03,
Uh oh.
18:03.
Trying to kick everybody out.
So yeah. But hey, as since I have a stand here, then I'm allowed to stay on. But look at the crowds. And now suddenly it's going to be like, oh, let's buy a bottle before we go. Look at this.
Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Everybody trying to get the last before they run out the door there. Oh,
And I
that's
mean, in that store, there are a couple of bottles that are right under $40, but most of them are $40 and up to, let's say, 250, 300 euros,
okay. Wow.
$300. And, well, apparently not everybody's drinking Bacardi. And so
What? That sounds. Wait, that's shocking.
it's been like that since, well, basically since it opened, because a lot of the guys who know that there are special bottlings here, limited editions, they were buying them as soon as they were coming in.
Mm,
And
smart.
and then yeah. So Yeah, that's actually one of the best rum bloggers out there. Yeah, we have all these people, and everybody's having a good time and having a little thing, bite to eat, or buying a bottle of rum before they go home. I mean, it's just happy days.
So that the shop there looks like it's a typical ride at Disney World here. You go through the
Mm,
ride and you end up in the gift shop, right?
exactly, and that's it. And the cool thing is here, you go past the gift shop on your way in and on your way out, right? So So yeah, no, but it's crazy. I mean, when they started off, they were like three people manning the store 6, 7, 8 years ago, how long it was ago, and now they have teams of 4 or 5 taking each other's places nonstop and bringing in boxes and taking out empty ones and yeah, it's crazy. And tomorrow is going to be a lot of fun because it's all the professionals.
Hmm.
So you'll have all the bartenders buying bottles back home that they've tried here, so that they can show it to their bosses and say, you should taste that, we should get that, and you'll have a lot of the liquor store sales reps, or sales guys and owners. They'll be here tomorrow and doing the same thing. So even if it's a professional day, you're still making money on the store.
Right.
Food trucks are happy because, you know,
Yep.
I mean, everybody. We were talking about making money before,
Hmm.
and we're all investing time and effort in this, so we have to make money. But they always, oh, seriously, I've never seen this. This is kind of new. It started off a couple of years ago. They were selling one T-shirt for the official Rum Fest T-shirt, and now look at this disaster.
Oh. Yeah. Everyone's got to get their souvenir, right?
Yeah, and it's like this is an event. I mean, they're even selling the official poster for the event. They're selling mugs. I mean, you were talking about your gift store at Disney. I mean, hey, we're there. And here, look, rum books.
Holy cow!
And look over there, cocktail equipment, glasses and stuff. I mean,
Everything.
yeah. And besides that, as you saw, you had our barrel guys.
Hmm.
So they sell small wooden barrels down to 10 liters. What is that? 2 gallons, something like that. 2.5 gallons, and all the way up to real barrels to large distilleries.
Oh wow.
And they're here. I mean, this is the rum world, you
So
know?
so the where the event is at.
Yeah,
Describe to me what exactly is it like a park? Because it looks like it's a lot of different buildings and you know.
yeah. You're totally right. So this is a Parc Floral at Vincennes, where there's a castle called Chateau de Vincennes. It's the end of line one that some tourists that have, or some people that have been tourists in Paris might know, which is on the same line where you have the Louvre and the
Okay.
Arc de Triomphe and Champs-Élysées and stuff like that. So this is the end of the train station. You have a scenic route to get here to about 10 minutes walk, and then you go into this beautiful flowery park. So Parc Floral means flower park, and so all these small buildings, these small pavilions, were where the Rum Fest started, and
Oh.
then it became so big that they had to move to the larger hall. Um, and as now you can see, that was last year they moved in, or the year before they moved into the large hall, and now they're retaking over the small pavilions as well for the merchandising, the sales, security, entrance, and so on.
All right.
So it's growing every year, and I mean, it's a great event. Of course, COVID didn't help. I mean, the organizers had some financial difficulties to get over with because they had already prepaid the rent on the space and all of that. But no, it's a beautiful day, and the fact that it's out here in the nature. I mean,
Yeah.
as you see, I've been smoking. We are in France. Everybody smokes, so it's people go out, have a cigarette, have a cocktail, have something to eat, go back in again. Um, yeah, no, it's for my girlfriend. It was her first rum fest, so you saw her in the Mhoba stand sitting down. Um, so yeah, she was like, well, of course, she's never been to a rum fest before, and she was directly attracted to all the beautiful stands, the one with the big budgets and the big,
Right.
uh, it's gonna probably take some years until she understands that what makes us the craziest are unmarked plastic bottles with a little paper label on it, coming straight from the distillery. So yeah, here are some of my French guys. Yeah, they
Hey.
love my Mhoba rum. So we were doing a bushfire, and
Mhoba rum is good.
Uh,
We love you very much. We love Mhoba rum. So good drink.
yeah, you see, à la prochaine.
you'll send them
Uh,
that check is in the mail. Tell them.
yeah, so here's Zan. You remember Zan? We said hi before
Hey,
from Worthy Park.
Are you still live streaming?
Yeah, of course.
Crazy.
where
Yeah.
where's he going? Why is he leaving?
Hey Zan, come on, talk to Paul. He wants to say hi.
Hi, Paul. How
Yeah,
are
Yeah,
say hi to all
yeah,
the.
yeah. We met a little bit at the Miami Rum Congress, real quick. The drums and
you? Yeah,
rums.
how's it going?
Good, man. Where are you going?
I'm trying to get away from all these people. Don't tell them to say that. No, it was a good day though, man. You guys are missing out.
Yeah. So how's been the event from your quick perspective here so far?
I feel like French consumers are really. I've seen a change over the past, 3 or 4 years where there's a lot. I feel like they're a better educated
Mm,
rum consumer now, and definitely love getting into the high ester and higher proof rums here. So
Yeah.
it's changing, but it bodes well for us high ester rum producers.
Right. Yeah. All right. Good. All right, Zane. We got to catch up.
Yeah, I was cutting an incoming cut off the. Can you hear us now, Paul?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, as Zan was saying, high ester rums are the future. Everything high ester here gets
Yeah,
sold out
it's
in no
crazy.
time.
It's crazy.
Wow.
I just had a 2,600 ester rum from Barbados.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, people like anything crazy, anything new,
Yeah.
anything high ABV, high esters. It's doing it. So Jamaica's happy, Moba's happy. You know. Oh, sorry. Here you go.
It's like the reverse.
And just last night we were having cocktails mixed with Worthy Park and Moba, and
It works out pretty well.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Nice collab.
pure sugarcane juice and fermented molasses rums, the best thing in the world.
Yeah. Can't
Awesome.
complain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
Paul, good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Run. Yeah, so the reason why he's running is that you have about 2,000 people heading down to
Oh,
to the subway,
oh, okay.
and it's kind of crazy to get out. Each train can only take that many people, so yeah, it takes some time. Luckily,
Understood.
I have my girlfriend to drive me home, so I don't have to worry about neither having a drink nor standing in line for the subway.
So yeah,
Any
no,
other
excellent.
questions before I leave?
No, yeah. So how many years have been doing the this festival?
Well, I've been coming here as a visitor for more than 10 years, 12 years, I
Oh,
think.
wow. Okay.
Back in the days when I was working for Bacardi, we would go to see what the competition was doing.
Okay.
And with Mhoba, it's been, I think, 6 years now, except 1 year off, was it two, during COVID? So, yeah, every year we are here because, as I said, it's the best. And even though it's very, very French with a lot of French people, we do get some visitors from the UK, the US, Denmark, Holland, yeah, Mauritius, everywhere is present. India. I mean, you saw a lot of island people,
Hmm.
island friends from Tahiti, Haiti, wherever. It's all over the place.
I mean, that's amazing to travel that far. I mean, that tells you, like you said, there's Paris has got a the level of enthusiasts, the people that are into rum, where most people, the non-rum enthusiasts even here in the U.S. wouldn't comprehend that rum is that big in Paris or even Europe, right? And again, a lot of people even say that about the UK too.
Many years ago when I started to talk to people about rum, they were like, "Oh yeah, I heard rum is gonna be the new gin," and I was like, "No, rum is the new whiskey." And people would laugh at me. Right now, on-trade sales, both in the UK and in France, on rum are higher than both whiskey and vodka.
Right. So we got a question from Russ.
Yeah.
When is the Labatt coming out?
Well, several different independent bottlers is gonna come out with it, and we are looking into transport for Canada since Russ is based some of the time in Canada. It will be heading your way soon. Um, yeah, it's a Perlaba, it's from Marie Galante. It's really nice, 70%, 70.4%
Ooh,
ABV.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't burn. No, no, it just tastes great. Yeah, a lot of new things coming in, and thank God that we have people like Carl Muzamba in Canada doing Bira. Thank God that we have guys like Eric K doing Holmes K. Thank God that we have people like Dan DeHart doing Grander. I mean, all these guys making great independent bottling and help through great rums to educate rum people and
Mm,
to show them that the regular rums that they normally like can be even better and even greater if they have the proper barrels, if you know, if they're not watered down too much, if
hmm
you don't add a lot of caramel and sugar to them, you know. So yeah, the rum
Oh,
scene is definitely going the right way, and the U.S. I mean, there's such a long way to go. It's gonna be huge. Oh, here we got a good friend of mine, Christoph, from Poland. So yeah, you know, you got Poland
Rum
coming.
Explorer, hello.
how you doing?
Rum Explorer, always here. So yeah, as I said, we got people from Eastern Europe, we got people from Scandinavia, we got people from the UK, got people from everywhere. I mean,
Yeah,
basically, right?
yeah.
Is this a good fair?
Of course, yeah, of course.
You
Hello.
have you run into a lot of Americans there?
A couple, maybe half a dozen that came by the Mhoba stand that had already tried some Mhoba in the US
Okay,
through friends of theirs, and they wanted to try the whole range, so they were here. And yeah, no, just awesome.
very cool.
So apparently, my girlfriend wants us to go now, so talk to you soon. Paul.
All right,
Say
yeah.
hi with you,
All right,
and have a great time, and see you soon.
thanks, Nud. All right,
Bye.
all right. I appreciate everybody there. Whoops, oops, oops. Hold on. A little bit of technical issues there. All right, there we go. So, all right. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in there, for stopping by this morning here. Again, where do where do you get a chance to check out the Miami? I'm still got Miami on my mind, but the Paris Rum Fest. So I appreciate Nid for giving us a tour of the event, walking through, seeing what it's like. I mean, I'm really just with that, behind the scenes there. Look of the event and getting a chance to see all the brands that are there, seeing some familiar faces like Zhang, and it's like, man, that's a must be an awesome event to go to. I don't know if anyone who's watching or still listening, who's ever been to the Paris event or not. Hit me up in the comment there. But yeah, it was definitely. I really appreciate there again. Something different collaboration there with Nud and obviously his brand he talked about with Mhoba and the Strand brand. And I haven't tried it yet. I know it's as he said, it's kind of somebody's got to bring it from somebody to bring it into the U.S. It's also hard. I mean, I guess 150. If it's a 151, it's kind of hard to bring those on the plane as well, from wherever it may be. But so yeah. So thanks, Sean. Yeah. I did. Oh, okay. So a couple. Okay, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I remember you said that you were in France, so it would have made sense that you would have been there. So yeah, and I appreciate everybody. So again, if you don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button there. We got a lot of other great guests. And again, if you're interested into something totally different, we're about drums and rums, which I know is a weird a mix of things, as people always say. How do I mix two things like this together? We do have a live stream coming up here at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with UK-based drummers Samantha Lubin. So again, if you want to check out some drum and music stuff, we got a live stream here 2 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast. I think it's 5 p.m. UK time, or 7 p.m. UK time. And again, these time zone things. Sorry about the upstart moving the time up to noon. From noon to 11. Again, I know we were trying to cover this, and the time zone change always screw me up. But again, I appreciate everybody tuning in there. I will help with the mobile. Okay, excellent. You got it, Russ. I appreciate it there. Thanks everybody for the the comments there. Like I said, I try to do something different. Sometimes it kind of goes off. Live streams I'm very concerned about because obviously technical issues. But I hopefully enjoyed this morning here, checking out a walkthrough of the Paris Rum Festival. Looked like I said, a great event. That event is much bigger than some of the ones I've been to. I know I haven't been to many, but having in different buildings and walking around again, you experience the whole thing. I mean, it looked like you were at a rum Disney park, right? A rum theme park. That's exactly what I thought about it. Going from the different buildings, the gift shop, the bottle, buy your bottles. And again, the weather looked like it was pretty good. I know it's probably tough in Florida because at any given moment it could always rain, but of course most of the time the rain is pretty quick. But that'd be kind of nice to have. I think that's one thing is now seeing that again. This was a large event to be fair when I say this, but going through, and there was a lot more larger space. I think some of these other events I've been to, it's been very kind of tight. So I know it's not cheap to rent out some of these spaces. But yeah, it was good. Yeah, thanks. I again appreciate everybody tuning in there. Yeah, it was definitely very different idea. So we'll have to try it again. Again, he's great to talk to. I know he's very knowledgeable. He knows a lot of the inside scene. Obviously, not only just with his brand, as he said, he's working for Bacardi in the past. And so, and definitely, you're right, Wendy. He's got an amazing enthusiasm. So I'm not quite sure. Sometimes he takes a breath when he's talking, but he definitely is very enthused. So again, I tune everybody again. If you're new to the channel here, new to what we're doing here, it's Drums and Rums. And again, I'm a little bit more about bringing music and spirits together here on some of the stuff there. I do a live stream on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I know if you're in Europe, I know it's a little tough to tune in. That's kind of a little bit late at night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. But again, there's always the replays if you want to catch some of that stuff. I got a lot of musicians I try to get coming on. Just people what's your story. Tell me what your story is, and let's talk about it over some spirits and then some music aspect. And like I said, our live stream here later today that's scheduled for 2 p.m. Eastern time and 7 p.m. UK time. So yeah, I'll let him know that he's going to run into you, and so that's all we got today. Again, it was a little different here, and again, that's why, like I said, I like to try to change things up, try different things like this. This is something new for me, and I'm sure nobody else has done this before. I'm sure people live stream before, of course, but doing something like that. So I appreciate Knud for hooking up with me, and again, I want to do more stuff with him because again, he's very tied into the industry there. So, but sorry, I'm still getting over a little cold here, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in here. So I'm going to go grab some lunch. It's about 12 o'clock, 12:30 on the East Coast of the U.S., and I'm going to drink some more rum, and hopefully not too much before my next live stream, though. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all soon. This is Paul, where the back beats me spirits. Thanks, y'all.